Hello, here is the problem number 9, and in this problem we have to find out common prefix of all strings in a given array. So for example, for this particular given array of strings, the common prefix will be AP. And we will need to consider that the common prefix will be equal even there is a lower or uppercase. So in order to solve this problem, first of all we will need to define one helper function which will just take two strings like string 1 and string 2 and check how many common first characters they have. Like for example, for these two particular, apple and ape. So we will take A as a common character for both of them, then P, then the third character we will see that they're different, that's why we will return AP. Then we'll compare the next string, so we'll just take this one as a newly generated, for example, string 3, and we will compare it with string 4, which will be like the third string from our array, like AP and April. So in order to compare them, I will change the uppercase to lowercase, and again we will check A, then P. Then we will see that we reach the end of the first string, and that's why we will return AP. So, and from that we will just can decide that common string for all three strings will be AP. So first of all, let's generate the helper function, which will take just two strings. So the output will be string, I will call it common prefix, and the inputs will be string 1 and string 2. So I will declare string builder because we will need to modify our strings, and since the strings itself are immutable, so it's more convenient to use string builder. After that, I will take length of input strings in order to use these variables in for loop. After that, I will input S1, like S1 to lower, just to check, just to make all of them equal. And after that, I will just declare for loop with two variables, I for first string and j for second. So here just a comma. So I will be until it will reach the end of n1, and j will be just until it will reach n2, the length of each input string. And after that, we'll just compare. We'll just to find out when the equations of two strings will end. So I will just say input s1 I is not equal to input s2 j. So at this point our for loop should break. Until it will reach the breakpoint, we'll just keep appending to our string builder all the common characters like input. Since there will be similar, I will just take characters from one of these strings. And after that, at the end, I will just return string builder converted to string. So this function is just to find out common prefix of two input strings. So let's just define our function just to check all strings in a given array. So the output of this function will be string. So I will call it array common prefix. So input is an array, input of array string, like array, and another input variable is the length of an array with the variable n. So I will declare a string, I will call it prefix, and string prefix variable will be equal to the first string of an array. After that, I will just run for loop, go through all strings in the array starting from the second string. The index value will be 1. And my prefix will be equal to the output of function common prefix, which we already defined it here. So, and the input values, the arguments will be prefix, the previous prefix value. Right now for the first loop it will be the first element, and it will be comparing it with the next string in the array. So, and each time it will just go through the newly generated prefix, meaning that it's the common string value for considered strings from array, and it will always check it with the next string in the array, and at the end it will just return prefix value, meaning that it's a common prefix variable for all strings in the array. So time complexity for this will be the number of elements in the array, so it will be order of n, and space complexity will be, so here we're defining one string, and in our common prefix we're defining string builders and strings, so it will be order of constant because we are not defining a new data structure. We can test our function if it works. So for example, apple, ape, and April, so it's our array. So here our prefix is equal at the beginning to apple, then we're passing our prefix and the next string, which is ape, to our common prefix, and we're comparing them. and like A is common character, then we see that the P is common character, and then the third character is not common. That's why we from here we'll just return prefix equal to AP. Then we will just compare our AP with April. April, of course, with the lowercase, and here A also common first, then P next letter also common. Then after that we see that our prefix, and that's why we'll just return AP. So yeah, our function works.